What's up YouTube, it's OutboardPrism here today. So people been asking me how do I make custom villages and stuff, so I thought I might as well just, just make a video on it. Now before you start watching the video, this does only work on PC. There is methods to make it work on mobile by using a hacked client called Toolbox, and there is other methods to do this as well on PC. But consoles and stuff, I don't think it's possible. So, yeah, just fair warning on that. So if you want to do this, you do need a PC to know how to do it. Now, like I said, if you're on mobile, look up Toolbox, and you can do MPT editing data on there. So, but yeah, let's get on to the rest of the video. And yeah, peace out.
Okay, so now that we've loaded into a match, this is a brand new map, like a new lobby I just started. New map, nothing's been done on it, I literally just spawned in. I have creative mode on, and this is what you're gonna need. You're gonna need to have creative mode or cheats enabled, because you need to give yourself a block. The ideal way is to either type in your name or do @P @A. I'm doing @P just to give it myself, and you need to type in structure. And you need to give yourself a structure block. Not a structured void, a structure block. And you need one of these. Now what you gotta do is simply build a place for the villager. So let's say you have a villager home. So I'm just gonna set one up real quick and be right back with you. Okay, so now that I have made a nice little small house for this villager, what we're going to do is simply place the villager down. You can use anything, I just place these down to guarantee a villager. So in this case, the villager is now a farmer, because that's what I want him to be. So, wheat for our emeralds and stuff like this. This is his default traits. And as you can see, stuff's locked. I have to trade with him to unlock it, so forth, right? Now, what we're going to do is now that we have our villager and our totally nice looking house, also a joke, just want to say, but yeah, so what you want to do is take the structure block, place it down. You see these little lines? You pretty much need to cover this house up with them. So, in this case, by going that, I have now covered the house up. You could also do a little bit more if you would like to, so like that. And if it's higher, you could do higher, whatever, it'd be fun. I do not want it to go one below, so I'm going to raise that up one, and there we go. Now this is our place, and that's our template of the home. So you can either leave like that, or like that. But either way. So the villager's inside though, and you have the structure block placed down. Now, what you need to do is, if you do not want to save the structure that the villager is in, just simply come over here and remove blocks. That will leave just the entity, which will be the villager. If you disable this, the villager will be gone, and if you enable this, the blocks will be there. So, this is not useful for this because we actually need villager, so we're going to leave the villager. I'm also not going to remove the structure, I'm going to leave the structure and the villager. So, and the rest of the stuff you don't have to mess with. But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're simply going to save the structure as 1. So now there's going to be a structure file called 1. Let's still hit save, we're going to export. So all we're going to do is click export to desktop. So let me do that real quick. And that should be what you see. Now I've exported to desktop, and let's get on my desktop so I can show you what to do from now. Okay, so now that we have the folder on our PC, and it's on the desktop, it should be called whatever you name it, and then it should be .mc structure. That's what we need. Now you also need another application, and the application will be called MBT Studio, specifically MBT Studio, nothing else. And it should be a blue book. That's the way it's set up. Also, mine will look a little bit different, that's just because I have a different look on. So if you want to make yours look like mine, which I would say I recommend, go to help, go to change icons, and just change it to this. So it's this right here. Now once you do that, just take your folder, simply drag it in. This was the structure file we just made. We don't mess with any of these folders right here. We're just going to leave these alone. I'm not going to touch them in this video. You can figure out how they work on your own map. Also, we're not going to touch these right here. You can figure out how those work in your own map. We're just going to worry about entities. So, when you click open entities, it should open a new folder, and there you go. Now if you click into this, you should figure out what entity it is. So if you don't know what entity it is, you can actually just scroll down to a CID, and for instance this says Minecraft villager underscore v2, which is just a villager, and as you can see right here, it says the trade pathway is farmer trader. So now that we have that set up, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and full screen it over there. So let me full screen this program and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that the program is full screened, what we're going to do is we're going to start from the top up here. So if you scroll on down, we'll skip everything. You can alter this as you want, mess with it, figure out what you want to do here. We want offers. Now, once you see the offer folder, click that. We're not going to mess with this. This is just so it's like the tiers. So when you pay a villager a certain amount of like whatever resource, he levels up. This is how you can set how much XP that takes. We're just not going to touch that. What we want is recipes. If you click your recipes, you should see all of these which are recipes. So if you click in here, now you should see the actual trade. So this is the full trade. So as you see, by A counter. I'm going to touch on this in just a minute, and same as sell. So let's get the easy stuff off the list. We're just not going to touch this. Just leave it. Don't mess with it. Okay? Max usage is how many times you can actually make that trade. So how many times you can buy or sell something to a villager. So for the simple fact of this video, I'm just going to set this to 4,000. Like so. Now that it's set to 4,000, I can now trade this villager exactly 4,000 times. Also, prices here, pretty much when you make a trade with the villager, the more you trade with him, the more expensive it's gonna get. So for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna set this to 0, so it don't ever gets more expensive. It just always stays the same price, no matter what. Now, reward XP. This is just when you buy something from a villager, you get XP drop or a little bit of XP. You cannot make this insane, it just doesn't work. You can mess with this how you want though. Now, the tier is what tier the trade is in. So as I was saying, when you unlock a trade, when you buy or sell something, you unlock new trades, and that would be what you... Tier 0 is what you start out with, tier 1 is what you have to unlock first, and then it goes up to 4. So, yeah. Trade XP is just so you can get that tier upgrade even faster. So, yeah. Max usage is how many times you've already bought or traded with this villager items. And he hasn't restocked yet. So, villagers normally restock after 1 night or 1 day, so forth, or 2 nights, 2 days, either way. So, we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to skip that for now. Okay, so, the juicy stuff. Buy A. Okay? So this is where you actually are giving the villager the item. So, the buy category is the items you give the villagers. The sell is what he gives you. So, what we're going to do is we're going to mess with this. As you see, it says 20 wheat right here. It counts 20. And it says wheat. We're not going to mess with these two for the minute. I'll be back to talk about this one and just leave this one at 0 every time. It's not worth changing this. Okay, so the item is wheat, as you see right here. It says wheat. Okay, so now that we have the item and it says wheat, as you can see, it says Minecraft equals wheat, pretty much. As you see, we're going to give the villager 20 wheat. Let's say we don't want to do that. Let's say we only want to give the villager 1 wheat. Okay? So it's going to cost 1 wheat. So we're going to just simply change that to 1. And we're going to come down here to by count. Something like that to 1.
buy count and the count here both need to be the same, otherwise it will not work correctly. It will say 1 and it won't actually be 1. So let's say if you have a count here, that's what you actually get. The buy count is what it says it gives. So if you say 64 here and try to actually trade 1, it will be 1, but it will still say 64. So just make sure these both say the same. Okay, so we're going to come down here to the sale, and he's going to give us 1 weed now for 1 emerald. Let's say 1 changer. Let's say we want 10 emeralds. So let's just change that. Now, what we're going to do is we're done with this trade now. I'm going to go down to the next trade, which is this one. We're going to give him 1 emerald for 1 for 6 bread, I think it's 6 bread. Let's see, what's the trade? Yeah, 6 bread. So as you see, I just went ahead and changed these to like the other one, so keep that in mind. So he wants us to trade 1 emerald for 6 bread. We're gonna change this trade. We don't like this trade for whatever reason. We just hate this trade. So I'm gonna give you a website you can go, which will give you all the Minecraft IDs. So let me bring that over on a different screen real quick. Okay, so now we have the website here. I'm going to leave the link in the description, but also the website is called digminecraft.com. I won't get into it. Either way, and you specifically want Minecraft ID List Windows 10 Edition, because Java and Bedrock or Pocket Edition have different IDs. So you specifically need the Windows 10, which is also Pocket Edition and so forth. It's also Bedrock Edition. So what we want is, I'm going to go ahead and do Bedrock, for instance. Okay, so let's just say Bedrock. Okay, so now that I've searched Bedrock, we're going to simply look here. As you see, it has Minecraft ID and it says 7. That is the ID. We don't want that. We're going to leave that. We're going to avoid that. You can use IDs, but there tends to be some issues with IDs. Unless you really have to, then do it, but otherwise just don't. Minecraft data values we will have to touch on in a little bit. For now, we're going to simply click on this and copy it. So just copy that ID right there. Now, if I minimize this, drag this over, we're going to say, we're going to put that in there. Now we're going to do 10. So now when we trade 1 emerald to the villager, he's going to trade us 10 Bedrock. Okay, so that's that trade. Now we're going to get a little bit more complicated in this. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit more complicated. So I'm just going to go ahead and set this like I always have. Do 40,000, and I'm going to make this trade 0. Now, I'm just going to leave it like this, because this is probably going to be the best you want to see. Now, we're going to go ahead and just copy this and paste it right there. We come in here, we can click this, click edit, and we need to make sure this is capital B. And we're also going to go ahead and delete that, and we're going to come up here and also delete that. We don't need this for now because we're not going to use this item. So I'm going to put this back over, and what we're going to do is we're going to simply look up log, which Minecraft log has a few different items. So if I type in this right here, Minecraft log, right? Let's say if I use this ID. So if I bring it over here, put it in here. Let's say I use just log. By default, Minecraft is going to use the log, which is oak. Because oak is default Minecraft log, which is 0. Let's say we don't want it 0. We want spruce. So if I bring this back over here, you can see it says Minecraft log, which is also 17, so the ID won't change. But the data value is 1 instead of 0. That's important. We need that. So now that we know the ID is 1, what we're going to do is we're going to minimize this, drag this over here. We're going to come into damage. Damage is the data value. We're going to put that 1, which means this is spruce. So for 6 spruce, we're going to be able to buy ourselves an item. Okay? But we've only done that for item 1.
we're going to make it so it takes 2 items to buy this item. So I'm going to come down here, and as you see, it also says 6. So I'm going to change this to, like, let's say 2. And now I also need to come up here and change a byte count of B to 2. Now, for this, we need another item. So what would be a good item? Let's say gold, for instance. Let's say gold ingot. So we'll take the ID for gold ingot, move that out of the way. Now, what we're going to do, let's put that in here. We're just going to make sure the ID is 0, because, you know, if you have another one, maybe I set up either way. Just don't worry about it. I will not get into enchantments and all that. I will show you how it looks, but I will not get into how to set it all up. Okay? But that will become a little bit later. So, for now, what we're going to do is we have it set up. So now it takes 2 gold and 6 logs to buy 1 item. And the item right now is emeralds. So let's say we don't want him to sell emeralds. Come in here. And let's say we want golden enchanted apples. Because that's kind of hard to get. So let's just take that ID. Drag this over here. Simply come in here. Put the ID there. And let's say we want 64. Okay? So now if we trade this villager 6 spruce logs and 2 golden ingots, he will give us 64 golden enchanted apples. Which is a little broken, but we don't care about that. So I'm just going to go ahead and say we're done now. Edit in the villager. You can do the rest of these if you want. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come here and we're going to click Save As or Save, either way. So in the saving process, you should see this. So as you get done typing the name and the location you want to save it to, you should get this pop up. For the sake of the video, we're just going to leave it default. We're not going to mess with compression or the Bedrock thing. You only want to mess with this if you're transferring files from Java to Bedrock, or if you're having issues with certain files, then you may want to do this. But for the sake of the video, we don't need this. We're just going to leave it default. So everything, just leave it default. Click OK. Now that should be done. You should have the file extracted. As you see, I do, and it's right here. So, what do you do now you've done this? Okay, we no longer need this app. This app is done with. So just close it down. Okay. So what do you do when you have the file edited? Okay. Well, you can't just take this and put it in Minecraft. It just won't work. So what we're gonna do is we need a behavior pack. Because the only way to get this into Minecraft is using a behavior pack. There may be another way, but I personally do not know it. So we're just going to use a behavior pack because that's the easiest. So I'm going to have a link in the description for this behavior pack. This is a behavior pack I made. It's really simple. It pretty much just lets Minecraft read that it's a behavior pack, which lets you import the thing. So when you click it open, you should have this. Do not mess with these two. These two don't matter. Just don't touch them. Okay? Go into structure. Inside the structures, we need this file right here we just made and put it in there. You can copy it, drag and drop, however you want to do it. Okay. Now, there's multiple ways you can do this. You can either right-click this and do save as a zip file, and then rename the zip file as mcaddon. That will also work. Or you can manually do it. Okay, so as you can see, I now have it as a zip file. So, now that's zip, you can just simply come in here and type in mcaddon, like so, and there you go. Now, if I double click this, it will open Minecraft, and it will install it as a behavior pack. We don't want that, honestly, right now, because there's something I need to point out. You do need to close Minecraft after doing this, otherwise the change will not occur. Okay, because you need to have the behavior pack changed. Okay. Secondly, you can also do this manual. So this is how you do it if the manual way. So I will have a link in the description how to get to here, but mine's in a different location, so don't worry about that. Yours will look different than mine. It's just I have mine in a different location because I have my stuff set up differently. But you should see these files. If not, then you may have to go to you may have to look around for it to figure it out. But you just need to see these folders. What you need is to come here to where it says behavior pack, click that. Now,
you may have something in here, or it may be empty. Either way, it doesn't matter. You can take this file right here, just the file itself, which already has the structure inside of it, right here. You can either copy this, or drag it in, either way. So for the sake of this video, I'm just going to copy it and paste it in now, just so you see. Okay, now that it's in my behavior packs, I'm going to go ahead and close this down and go into Minecraft. So let's hop into Minecraft again. Okay, now that we're back in Minecraft, we have our test map here. So this is the map we took the villager from originally. We're going to click edit. We need to come down here, go to behavior packs. You may have more, I just have one for now. So click my behavior packs, and you will see the folder right here. So this is the mod pack that you should be able to download and you put your structure files into. Just simply going to click yes to agree. Watch out with disable achievements, but we already have the achievements disabled to get the structure block, so it's fine. Now, what we're going to do is, now that we have this behavior pack, is going to launch the game. So click play. So, before we have this villager, just to prove a point, it was the original villager, 20 wheat, whatever, so forth. We've added him, so what we're going to do is, now that we have this right here, this is the old one. So let's just say, right over here next to him, how about that? Right here, we're going to place another villager. So, let me just clean this out of the way. I'm going to come in here, I'm still clicking save, and click load. And for my map, for like my thing, I named it this. So, you have to type in your name exactly. If you get it wrong, it will not load. Just type your name incorrectly. There you go. I'm going to make sure it includes the villager. I will not remove the items, and I will click load. Now we have that over here. Same place, same building, same everything. But that's one difference. If I come in here, this villager now has modded trades. So now it's 1 wheat for 10 minerals, whatever for 10 bedrock, 6 logs for 64 golden apples. So just to prove a point, I'm gonna come in here and let's say I need gold. I also need, what was the trades? I also need emeralds. I also need wheat. So if I come over here, grab myself wheat, and I can also grab myself spruce logs. So, as you can see, I can trade, and there's trade. It works. Now I can come here, do the bedrock trade. It works. And I can do this trade. And it works. And I can just keep doing this, and I run out of logs. But as you can see, it works. And these are the non-modded trades. So nothing changed here. Okay? But that's how you mod the villager. So now that the villager has been modded, you can now do whatever you want with him. So you can make more, edit him more, but it works just like that. And no, you do not have to be in creative mode for this to work. You can be in survival mode. But you do have to be in creative mode and have cheats enabled in order to do this method. But if you follow the next video, I will show how to reclaim your achievements. So once you do this, you have the modded villager over here and the legit villager over there. You can do whatever you want. You can also place this villager in that place and kill that villager over there and then replace him. So, either way, however you want to do it, you can just do however you want. But that's the end of this video pretty much, because the next step is just how to do enchantments, and that should be like really short because I'm not going to do too much in that. So let me do that real quick and I'll be right back with you. Okay, now we're over here, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do enchantments. So this is one I've actually made a long time ago, so let me hop in here. And this is the black market you may know from one of my other maps. This is his stuff. Either way. So if you come into offers, so
forth, we're going to do this, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the custom block. Okay, sorry, something happened, so now back. Okay, so as you see, it says glowing Assibian. Okay, or RB, however you want to pronounce it, you know, you choose your own vibe. Okay, so you see this thing called tag. Tag is a point. Tag is where enchantments, your name and items and all that stuff happens. So in this case, if we go to tag, we can click here, we go to display, and there's the name of the item. So the name, and then the lure, which the lure is that. So that's how you set the name and all that stuff up. But if you want to do enchantments, we can come here, and let me grab a different villager that has enchanted items. So for instance, I think it would be this villager. Yeah, this villager. Okay, so this villager has modded items. If I come in here, I come into sale. This is a netherite sword. If I click here, it has tag. Same thing, display tag, the name of the sword, the lure, so forth. But it has this thing, which is enchantments. So if you click here, you can click this, and now you have enchantments. So for enchantments, you have the ID of the enchantment, which is here, and you have the level of the enchantment. So if I come back over to back on this website again, and instead of going to the usual place, you can come here to where it says enchantments, just by clicking on the sidebar over here. You can see this thing called enchantments, click that. And now we have a list of all the enchantments. So let's say sword for instance. We want to do a sword. So if you come down here to Minecraft items, names, list, and click sword. Now these are all the enchantments that a sword can have in Bedrock Edition. So this is very important because we need the IDs from one of these. So Sweeping Edge is a Java edition, so we cannot do this. But something like Sharpness, we can. So if you click on Sharpness, you can see it says what platforms it's on. So if you come on down here, you can see it says right here. So what we're looking for is the ID for this right here, Windows 10 Edition. Also, Windows 10 Edition and the Pocket Edition should be the same. You do not want the Java Edition or any other ones here. So, in this case, the ID for Sharpness is 9. So we will take the Minecraft ID right here, 9, and we will put it over here. That's how we do that. So right there is Sharpness level 10. As you can see, it only goes up to 5, but we can change it to what we want. Yeah, that's how you do enchantments and add your own names and stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, comment. Hopefully this helps you out.